Do you normally opt for expensive and unsustainable bottled water so that you can ensure your water quality is up to par? Believe it or not, there are parts of the world where tap water is perfectly drinkable. In this video, we are listing the top countries with the best drinking water straight from the tap. So, the best tap water in the world? According to research, these are the top 10 countries with the cleanest drinking water in the world. First, the United Kingdom, Netherlands, Greece, Austria, Switzerland, Finland, Norway, Ireland, Malta, and Iceland. These countries all received EPI measures of 100. Yale University's Environmental Performance Index, or EPI, is one of the most widely accepted aggregators of water quality data. It considers 40 factors, including air quality, waste management, and biodiversity, all of which ultimately affect the quality of drinking water in the area. So, how exactly do these countries have such clean drinking water? Well, if we take Iceland as an example, almost all, or 96% of their drinking water is groundwater. It has low levels of chemicals compared to other countries' tap water, largely due to the fact that the bedrock has a mainly basaltic composition. The water is alkaline and has low levels of calcium and magnesium. Plus, the water is closely monitored and abides by strict regulations, making it safe to drink tap water with no extra filtration required. As another example, 80% of Switzerland's water comes from underground sources, while the rest is taken from lakes. The groundwater has established protection zones, which means that much of the country's water doesn't need to be treated. Now, what about tap water in the US? We didn't make the aforementioned list of countries with the most high quality drinking water. So, where does the US stand? We still have superb and very reliable drinking water. Our water sources are both underground and on the surface. Surface water comes from streams, rivers, lakes, and reservoirs. Groundwater comes from spaces within rocks and aquifers, which we need to drill into to get the water out. Water is then either treated by a public system, or you might be a part of the 15% of the US population who has a private well water system. So, what contaminates our drinking water? We've talked about the countries with the best water in the world, but what's happening elsewhere on the planet? The World Health Organization says that 1 in 3 people globally doesn't have access to safe drinking water. So, what's leading to contaminated drinking water? Drinking water can become contaminated either at its source or in its distribution system during or after treatment. There are many different sources of germs and chemicals that can hurt your tap water quality, including fertilizers and pesticides, pollution from large industrial farms, sewage overflow, stormwater, wildlife, cracks in the pipes or other plumbing issues, and pollution from construction sites. Any of these things can ultimately mean that you don't have drinkable tap water fit for human consumption. If you live in an area that you believe might be susceptible to any of this contamination, you can buy water test kits online or hire a professional to determine if you truly have pure tap water free of bacteria, heavy metals, and other pollutants. Now, is bottled water truly clean? Millions of Americans stick to bottled water so they can be sure that their drinking water is safe to consume. Is this really the case? The US Food and Drug Administration is responsible for making sure that bottled water is accurately labeled and as clean as it claims. While every brand might be different, the Natural Resources Defense Council, or NRDC, spent 4 years reviewing the bottled water industry and its safety standards. It found that approximately 25% or more of bottled water is actually just tap water that's been bottled. In other words, it wasn't always treated any more than tap water is. So, before you keep spending an arm and a leg on pricey bottled water, it might be beneficial to test your tap water and compare the quality. So, what if you travel to a country that doesn't have good water quality? This is an important consideration since most contaminated tap water can make you seriously sick. In fact, this is one common cause of travelers' diarrhea. If you're going somewhere that doesn't have reliable and clean drinking water, then it's best to stick to bottled water in this case, or water that's been boiled. You can also buy individual bottles online that purify water either with a filter or UV light. These are especially helpful if you'll be hiking or camping and the only water sources come directly from Mother Nature. Remember, even if the source is natural, like lakes, rivers, etc., the water can still be seriously contaminated. So, get a travel consultation in advance. When visiting other countries, especially ones where the food or water standards might not be what you're used to, preparation is key. A travel medicine consultation is an excellent setting to learn in advance of any potential threats to your wellness. A clinician will review your itinerary and destination to determine what prescriptions or vaccinations you might need and will also offer guidance for staying safe on your trip. Traveling means you get to see the world, but it can also expose you to potential dangers. Contact E7 Health today to book your travel consultation.